Hey, what's going on, guys? I'm back with another video. In this video, we're going to be uh, making a tier list for all the characters currently in Jump Stories. So, as you can see, this is a little bit different of a tier list. I've been talking with a lot of people in the community, and there's a lot of mixed opinions about where each character you know, should be ranked and etc. And I've come to the conclusion that there isn't really a best or worst character, even though some might say otherwise, since a lot of the characters can be countered, or like the characters that are considered to be good or meta or the best can be countered by other characters. For example, like Mob. Mob gets countered by every assassin in the game. Um, Especially tanks is like Goku and Jotaro with their time skip and instant transmission, being able to jump onto Mob and just wipe his HP. So let's get into the video. So, for starting off, we got Sharpshooter, we got Dracula, Goku, and Vegeta. Dracula is actually pretty good, mainly because he can bleed. He could reduce the attack of other characters, and he can also lifesteal off of his ultimate. Dracula is just an overall good sharpshooter to, start out with and good for beginners, mainly because you have a lot of self-sufficiency, especially with his ultimate, because with his ult, you could grab someone through a wall and just heal off of the damage, which is actually really good. So let's say like I'm getting attacked by an assassin, I could just ult, heal it back up, and then do some damage. As for Gojo, Gojo's actually decent. I mean, for his gadgets and gears, it isn't really the best, but his damage is where he shines, even though it does take like 2 seconds for him to charge. His ultimate is also really good for CC, and it's a good like supportive ultimate to help like assist with other characters on your team. For now, I would say like these two are equal. I mean, you could say either or, Gojo could be better than Dracula, Dracula could be better than Gojo. I mean, like it's either or, honestly. As for Vegeta, Vegeta does actually pretty good damage. Um, his whole kit is just damage, to be honest. What I don't like about Vegeta is his Gallic Gun. Gallic Gun isn't really a good ultimate, mainly because it's pretty easy to dodge, especially as an Ichigo, Naruto, and Sasuke. You can just like sidestep it or dash out of it. It's pretty like predictable when you see it coming. Um, that's why I don't think Vegeta is like top tier or like at least like better than these two currently. As for assassins, so assassins, Ichigo, Sasuke, and Naruto, you could like, argue that Naruto is better than Sasuke. Though in my personal opinion, I think Sasuke is a little bit better than Naruto. If you disagree, then you could feel free to tell me down below. For Ichigo, Ichigo is very fast, especially with his flash step. He's basically Mortis in Brawl Stars. Ichigo's very fast. He does great damage. He covers the distance very, very fast. He could also, with his ultimate, um, he could also heal off of how many players he hits. So this is actually pretty good. Um, he's very fast. He could dodge a lot of, he could dodge like a lot of basic attacks, like from Guts, Jotaro, and Goku, winning 1v1 trades, and actually, coming out on top against these tank players, characters, I should say. As for Sasuke, Sasuke is like a worse version of Zoro. Um, Sasuke is similar to Zoro, but he's just a little bit worse, mainly because of his like gadget. Zoro's gadgets are way better. It does way more damage, especially with Tatsumaki, which is another CC up tilt move that he has, and which Sasuke doesn't. Um, so um, Compared to like Ichigo, Sasuke is not that like mobile compared to like Ichigo and Naruto. Naruto As for Naruto, Naruto is actually pretty good as an assassin. He could go in and out very fast, and his damage is actually pretty good, both far range and close range. Now that I think about it, I might put Naruto above Sasuke, mainly because of his like versatility in close range and long range combat. Uh, he's very good in bushes with his star power, Hidden Leaf Ninja, where when you're in a bush, you'll do increased amounts of damage. And it's like really, really good. So yeah, I think Naruto's better than Sasuke in like that aspect. It's just Sasuke is like not that fast compared to these two, because Naruto has substitution jutsu, and Ichigo has flash tap and his M1s, so he's like very fast. He can get in and out very, very fast. Sasuke doesn't really have that. I mean, he does have Rinnegan where he does almighty push. He could push away enemies, and he does get reduced damage, but it's not that practical compared to like Ichigo and Naruto. As for damage dealers, Zoro is currently the best damage dealer in the game, mainly because his high damage output, especially with his CC up tilts, with his fourth empowered basic attack and his Tatsumaki if he's running it, he just does crazy amounts of damage. You could basically do like a four chain into Onigiri into your thousand worlds, and like it's just like so much damage. For Itadori, Itadori is takes a lot of skill. Like there's not a lot of good Itadori players. And in my personal experience, like Itadori is actually pretty good against like tanks. He's like a tank killer. I mean, you could say the same thing about Zoro, but like Itadori could make your HP go to 100 to 0 very, very fast if you're not careful, especially if he has his Black Flash. The only reason why I wouldn't say Luffy is above Itadori, even though Luffy has Gatling and Conquer's Haki and he's actually like a medium range damage dealer, is mainly because he can't really hold his own against Jotaro and Goku because he can't really do much without his like gadget and his ultimate if Jotaro and Goku are like jumping on him. You can say like, what if I could like barrage and conquer's Haki, which stuns them and they take a bunch of damage. Yes, you can say that, though Goku and Jotaro, if they're running their TP gadgets, then it's hard for you to like kill them. And also mainly because they have more HP than Luffy. And also, like, compared to Itadori, like, Luffy can't deal that much damage compared to Itadori. Though you can argue that Luffy is better than Itadori mainly because of the difference in ranged basic attacks. But for now, in my personal opinion, I'd say Itadori is better than Luffy. As for tanks, currently the best tank is Guts in my opinion. A lot of his, he is like the embodiment of a tank, especially like with his gadgets, his star power, with his gears, everything like surround like embodies like he's the embodiment of a tank. Like he does his job well as a tank. Not to mention his ultra charge is really really good. It's pretty easy to hit. His um His transformed ultimate is like a pretty easy to land ultimate. It's a big AoE, and he also summons Zod for his ultra ultimate, which is actually pretty cool. Um, the downside of Guts is, or and for most tanks is that, or just mainly Guts is like he's really slow, like, like super slow. It's easy to bait out his attacks. He could easily lose trades. The only reason why I put Guts above Jotaro and Goku is mainly because Guts can win trades pretty easily against these two characters, mainly because of the fact that Jotaro and Goku are both barrage attackers. And Guts could just knock them back, deal a free 2,500 damage, and then Jotaro and Goku can't do anything because they're barrage characters. Um, You can say you could bait out his charge attack, though if he's not running Berserker Rage, you can beat him, but if he is running Berserker Rage and you're fighting and you're using like Jotaro and Goku, you're not really winning, in my personal opinion. Jotaro is pretty good. Um, he has time skip, which is good against ranged attackers. He has Starfinger, which is good against melee attackers. And his main star power, Time Stop, is actually pretty good. You could just jump onto someone and then stun them for like a second, which is actually pretty good. And he does like over 3,000 per barrage, which is actually very nice. Um, for Goku, Goku is a bit uh he isn't that great, mainly because compared to like characters like Zoro, he loses a lot of trades, mainly because he doesn't really have like an empowered basic attack gimmick. Because Jotaro has his strong punch, Guts has his empowered swing, and Zoro has his like um up tilt. So for Goku, he doesn't really have much. Goku is strictly only good for like 1v1s. I mean, he can be good for like other game modes, but normally you want to run his transmission to like actually like kill these sharpshooters. Other than that, like his ultimate isn't that great, mainly because it's a Kamehameha. It takes a while to charge. It's like a 1 to 2 seconds, and like if anyone's like paying attention, they're gonna be dodging your Kamehameha like most of the time. His ultimate, his ultra chart isn't that great compared to like the other characters on this list, mainly because like Guts has big AoE, Gojo can like stun and CC, and Mob could like CC, but like Mob is actually pretty slow, in my personal opinion. Like I really don't like his ultra charge because like it makes him slower, which is hard. Orihime. So Orihime is currently the only support. But I will like go into it. So Orihime does she's actually pretty good. She's like probably better than like most some of the sharpshooters, mainly because she does 1,900 damage per basic attack. So it's actually really good. Um, if you have her star power with her shield, you could heal her shield, which is actually really nice. She could also place down a healing orb or barrier. So she could just stay in a corner, heal, and dish out like a lot of range damage. And she's actually pretty good. Mob is also the only artillery character, though he does get like demolished by most sharpshooters, assassins, and tanks that have like TPs. Mainly because Mob has less range than sharpshooters. So let's say I'm like behind a wall as Mob and I can't reach them with my basic attack. So I'm forced to like peek around the corner and try and like land my artillery. But then again, I'm gonna be losing the trade most of the time, mainly because it's a multi hit basic attack compared to like Gojo and Dracula's, which like they could like out trade you in terms of damage. So like that's why Mob isn't that great in 1v1s, but in like teams, he's actually pretty good. He's especially good in capture, not capture. He's pretty good in what's it called? A star ball. Mainly because you could just grab everyone and then throw them into a corner while your teammates could like get a free score or something like that. Controller. This is a like, unique role or class, I should say. Basically, what a controller is, they basically control the battlefield, so or like the match or the map, I should say. Mainly because Tanjiro can apply great debuffs. So his debuff is that he could increase the damage taken by 40% um to like enemies. So that's like really good. And like if you're not careful and you have the debuff on you, you could instantly die in like 1 or 2 hits. So Tanjiro could like force people out of a corner or like force people out of like a bush or something with his ultimate, and he's actually really good. His gadget is also especially good, especially Whirlpool, because it's like an up tilt AoE. It does great damage and it also applies the debuff, which is actually pretty good in my personal opinion. I know this isn't like a standard or like tier list, mainly because there isn't really a best character. Um, since it determines about skill and like it's on the player to like make the character good. But for before like classes, this the tier list. So we got Dracula or Gojo, Ichigo, Zoro, Guts, Orihime, Mob, and Tanjiro. As for Sung Jin Woo, he'll probably be a damage dealer or an assassin, if or an assassin. I might say he might not be as good as Ichigo or as good as Zoro, mainly because Ichigo is too fast and Zoro has like he does like crazy amounts of damage, and Zoro could also like up tilt NCC. So that's my prediction for Sung Jin Woo, but I will be adding Sung Jin Woo to the tier list shortly. That's it for the video. If you have any questions or comments or concerns about the tier list or my positions or rankings, or want to know like why I listed Sasuke so low or etc., just leave them down in the comment section below. Or you could ping me in the Discord. I'll show my Discord profile on the screen right now. You could ping me in the Jumpstars Discord and ask me if you have any questions and stuff like that. And then I'll see you guys next time. Peace.